Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dr. Quack podcast. Today is going to be the recap of last night's pay-per-view, Extreme Rules, the horror show. Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, I love my horror movies, but why are you going to name a show that? I mean, you're already starting it bad, and that's what killed me on this. Initially, before I even really went down the card and even watched the pay-per-view. For the most part, I'll say the pay-per-view was about average. I mean, you started off, not counting the pre-show there, which, by the way, I got most of these matches correct. I just had a feeling it was going to be the way it was going to be. New tag champions, Nakamura and Cesaro, they ended up beating the New Day, which is awesome. So I'm really happy on that. It's a great feeling just to see, qualified wrestlers. And both of them, Nakamura and Cesaro, are very qualified wrestlers to be champions. Nothing against the New Day. Yes, I get it. The media hype helps more. But it's good to see quality talent win this match. Had a tables match, put them through tables. It was pretty good. It was a solid match. Good opener. I'm not going through all the matches, but I'm going to tell you some of them. The big ones to me, Sasha Banks and Asuka. That one really cracked me up. Earlier in the night, of course, Sasha helped Bayley retain her title, which that's given. This is just the way this story's going to be. Probably until SummerSlam. Because do you ever see titles change really before the major pay-per-views? Your WrestleManias, your SummerSlams, Rumbles. No, you don't see that. So it was, not shocking to see some BS happen. Bayley knocks out the referee, basically, puts on a referee's shirt, and counts the 3 for Sasha Banks over Asuka. And if you go to WWE, you'll find out that it was unofficial championship. Basically, it was no contest. Asuka is still considered the women's world champion for Raw, which is great. Probably my good here is going to be the Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre match. I like how they set that up because they gave Drew McIntyre, they told him, here, you tell Dolph Ziggler what stipulation we're going to have in our match. And he came creative. He made it Extreme Rules just for him. Go Dolph. I'm very, very proud of that. Great heelish move. And for the most part, you kind of knew that Drew was going to win this, but it gave you some feelings like, hey, Dolph might actually pull this off. Somebody might actually write this in the script. And I'm just recapping here on this. It's not Paul Heyman anymore in charge. This is Bruce Pritchard. So it's a different kind of, direction on how wrestling is going. As you can tell, by the way, I just want to point this out. There's not glasses on because my vision has come back a lot better. I'm actually doing very well. I know I've gotten some concerns and, people have written me about it, but I want to make sure I let you know that I'm doing better. So that match, Drew McIntyre ended up winning. Very proud of him on that. He had a good match. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see who they put against him at Mania, might as well be. SummerSlam, but not going to, tell us who right now. It's not going to be Brock Lesnar because he's not coming back for a while. It's not going to be Ronda Rousey because she's not gotten invited to SummerSlam, which I'm very happy to see too. God, the comments she made towards women's wrestling fans, and everything involving wrestling, yeah, she can stay on the sidelines. It's not needed. Sorry, we don't need, that kind of talent there. Yeah, we'll call her talent. Swamp match, that was a big one, and that was really hyped. The Wyatt Swamp fight. I love how WWE is almost trying to make these style of matches because you can't go to anywhere else but the Performance Center. So you're going to have to get a little creative. They did this with the Boneyard match. They did this with Bray Wyatt's Funhouse. The cinematography, yeah, there's the $5 word. The way they shot this, it wasn't bad. But I got to tell you, I'm sitting here and I'm watching, with some people. And one of them decides to point out to me when Bray Wyatt is in the chair like this and he can't move, how loose the chains are. You know, usually you can see a lock on the end of a chain. I mean, it looks so loose, like he could have pulled it over himself. It really did. Outside that, you know, it wasn't horrible. You know, it was just a good old-fashioned fight. Alexa Bliss, that came out there. We're all thinking Sister Abigail, but that was funny as hell, just how Bray Wyatt would use that. It looked like a great horror movie. I was fairly impressed with it, especially the end with the drowning. You know, it's really just one hell of a match there. I'm waiting to see if they do more like this. I'm kind of curious. I like this cinematography that they're doing. You know, it is really great. But we'll see for sure, you know, coming down the months if Bruce Pritchard decides to do it. Overall, I'm going to give the pay-per-view, in general, I'm going to give it about a B. Oh yeah, let me talk about one more thing. Sorry, this was actually pretty good. Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins, an eye for an eye match. The eye for the eye. Oh my God. Of course, Rey Mysterio is going to lose this. He's got his one eye covered. You know, it makes sense to me. You know, and maybe he'll give Dominic a chance to come out there and fight for revenge. So that will be really good to see. I can't wait to watch it. You know, how that story unfolds. I don't like really watching Rollins as far as his promos because it's just it's the same shit. It is. It's the same shit every day. I'm just like, all right, I've heard this. Great. The matches he wrestles is another story. He can wrestle. He can work. He definitely can. So we'll see what happens there. Speaking of horror movies, I got a recommendation and I got some news. So if you're staying tuned past this mark, I'm happy. So you'll know. Maniac Cop. I don't know if anybody's ever seen this, but it is the late 80s movie. It's about a cop who was allegedly killed and came back, you know, to kill people. Basically, he was getting his revenge. I mean, he was taking out innocents. He didn't care, man. Let me tell you, it's a very graphic film, kind of gore. So if you like late 80s gore, that is definitely something to watch. You know, I highly recommend it. And also, I am actually writing a script right now for a movie. I know, right? It's pretty wild. It's a pretty intense thing. I've started a couple days ago, and I'm probably going to start working on it tonight some more. But I'm going to write a script for a movie. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll dissolve more. But I just wanted to see who's paying attention here. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Next show, I'm not sure what we're going to talk about. I really think I need to get back to the NFL because I have not talked much about the NFL on this, on what happens recently with everything. So stay tuned for that. Probably be about in a week, and I'm out.